What's going on, cadavers? Carver here, and today I am going to be carving open, see what I did there, this package that I got from eBay. Yes, I am doing an unboxing, the lowest form of content on the internet, but for some reason people enjoy watching other people open their mail, especially when the contents are video game memorabilia. I don't dive too deeply into video game memorabilia like toys, t-shirts, posters, that kind of stuff. It's just not a market or an area that I really care to get into. There's really not a whole lot of stuff I want. But these, or this, and another package that I have coming, which I'll get to that later, is something that I've wanted for a very long time. It's not a super expensive item or anything, but it is an action figure from 2012. So you can imagine with video games and the niche markets, those items resell for a lot more later on. And at the time growing up, I didn't have the money to get this, but now that I am an adult with a job, I can afford it. And I'm very excited because I got this for a good deal. I did get one out of the box because I do take my toys out of the box, and given that how rare these are, I figured I'll leave the in-box ones for other collectors. But I do have one for myself, and I'm super excited. There are two action figures in this line. I have one right here and another one that's coming in a couple of days, so I'll jump cut to that one when it gets here, but I'm very impatient and I want to open this up. There is our chunky boy. It is from NECA, back from 2012. We have our chunky boy, the Boomer. And my God, he is absolutely vile. Here's a little showing of him up close really quickly. I'll wait till I have the other one, which if you follow Left 4 Dead, you probably know what the other one is. This is awesome, and I'm so excited to have this in hand. All right, we're back. It is a few days later. We have the second package here, 6.423. I'm assuming that's how much this thing weighs. Feels about right. Much smaller box, so I'm gonna assume it's packed in here pretty neatly. Machete here. Yeah, I made the mistake. You know, unboxing things with a microphone and a camera in front of you, it's a little bit awkward, I must say. I don't really do this very often. That's all I really need to cut. There he is. If you know anything about Left 4 Dead action figures, you knew who was in here before I even opened it, but you can probably tell now if you didn't. We have the Smoker, and his head popped off. Okay, here we have both of the figures, and I gotta say, having them in hand after looking at them online, looking at pictures for so long is super cool. Left 4 Dead is one of my favorite games of all time, and to have some actual physical toys in hand, given how limited their merchandise is, that's Valve for you, it's really nice. We'll start with El Boomer, and he looks absolutely vile with the festering boils all over his stomach, arms, and face. One thing to note, that the jowl or chin piece here is actually supposed to open and close. Many of the listings that I've seen over time have these missing, just broken off. So this one is glued down. I was perfectly happy with that, given that it was cheaper, and the mouth is open, which is how I would want to display it. You got these sweatpants and socks. Looks right out of Cabin in the Woods. NECA figures are not posable at all. You have a little bit of arm articulation. The legs do move a little bit, but really you're just buying this to put it on the shelf, and honestly, I think it's gonna do that really well. The Boomer also does come with the exploded feature, which is pretty nice. This is a common sight when you spawn in too early, you try and play from behind, you get shot by the Magnum, all of a sudden, green check mark, green check mark, green check mark, red X, you're back in the lobby. There's a closer look at the guts. For 2012, this is very well done. The paint here looks a little bit cheesy and not realistic, but honestly, I don't think A, anyone's gonna display it like this. Maybe I'm wrong, but B, even if I do, I think that's the sight you're gonna see. And that looks really good. And then next up, we have my local 7-Eleven's tweaker. No, wait, this is the Smoker. And yeah, this is really cool. You have again, the boily face, or the gutsy face, or the melting face. Don't smoke, kids. This is what happens. We have an exposed face right there with the blue eye. Not sure if that's accurate or not. I'm going to assume it is. You have the tongue protruding out of the back. They are wired, so they do have a little bit of posability, but I wouldn't push your luck. They very well could break. You do have the second tongue. This is your more neutral one. You just spawned in and you're trying to get to your point so you can make a play. Pulling that out and putting the longer one in. This is sort of your shooting out. This is your shooting the tongue out. You're trying to make a play. You're trying to pull Nick off of the roller coaster at the beginning, and then you pull him off too soon so he doesn't actually incapacitate or hang. And then the charger misses its run. You're all of a sudden, green check mark, green check mark, green check mark, red X. You're back in the lobby. It is pretty cool that they gave you options back in the day to display it. Again, on a wire, but it's not really long enough to make any sort of pose. And obviously there's no Survivor figures, but we'll try anyway. We have Astonishing Wolverine here. I don't think he's going to be tall enough. Grab another figure. We have King Diamond here. Realistically, I don't really think the tongue is long enough unless you want to like be super close. And given that NECA figures aren't that posable to begin with, I really don't think you're going to be making much actual poses. Really, I think he's just kind of there just to stand on a shelf, which is fine. And then the other thing, the head on this one at least does fall off pretty easily. Whether that's by design or just by age, I don't know. But as long as you're not like touching him too much, you're just sitting him on the shelf, he's gonna be fine. Outside of these being two really cool action figures, these represent something for me as a collector that I always try and stress, and that is don't buy stuff solely on nostalgia. I can't tell you how many times that I purchased things because I consider them nostalgic, and I always have buyer's remorse. But with Left 4 Dead, it's a bit different because it is nostalgic to me, but this is a game that I still play pretty consistently. It's probably the only game on the 360 that I still go back to, and I still think it is timeless. And these figures, even though they are from 2012, they are pretty timeless. But thank you guys for watching. I'm probably going to go play Left 4 Dead 2. Hope you're all healthy. Hope you guys don't look like either of these two bastards. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Oh!